stop. Before you keep scrolling, answer this one question. If a single teenager from a walled city can command millions of giants large enough to flatten every nation on Earth, what does that make everyone who tried to stop him? Attack on Titan isn't just an anime about survival. It's about what happens when power has no ceiling and someone decides to use all of it. Today we rank the top 10 strongest Attack on Titan characters of all time. 10 people, no repeats. And by the time we reach number 1, you will question everything you thought you knew about this series. The most underrated Titan shifter in the series, Porco's Jaw Titan had the hardest natural armor of any Jaw Titan user. Crystallized claws and teeth capable of crushing the Warhammer Titan's hardening, which nothing else in the series could break. He was a frontline warrior in Marley's military before ever reaching the battlefield of Paradis. He died sacrificing himself to save Reiner, using his own jaw to cut open Falco's path to freedom. Porco never got a full showcase of his ceiling. What he showed was already elite. The female Titan's most dangerous feature wasn't strength, it was versatility. Annie could selectively harden any part of her body, mimic other Titan abilities, and emit a screaming ability to attract pure Titans to her location. Her hand-to-hand combat technique was so refined that Eren, with full attack Titan power, couldn't match her in open combat without outside help. She fought the entire Survey Corps, killed dozens of elite soldiers, and forced the most prepared trap in the Corps' history just to capture her. She spent years sealed in her own crystal rather than be taken. That choice alone says everything about her resolve. The most destructive single transformation in the series. Bertholdt's colossal Titan released a nuclear-level steam explosion and body heat that destroyed everything around it on transformation. The breach of Wall Maria that started the entire series, the event that set every single plot point in motion, was Bertholdt's doing. One transformation, one kick. The entire world changed. His size alone made conventional combat impossible. The only reason he isn't higher is that his transformation was his strongest weapon. Sustained combat was never his specialty. The most physically durable character in the series. Reiner's armor hardened to the point where standard ODM blades shattered on contact. He survived decapitation, regenerated from near-fatal wounds mid-battle, and kept fighting across multiple arcs with injuries that would have permanently ended anyone else. What separates Reiner isn't just armor, it's endurance of a different kind. He carried the psychological weight of betrayal, guilt, and fractured identity for years and never stopped fighting. That combination of physical and mental toughness is something nobody else in this series demonstrates at the same level. The other Ackerman, and the one whose actions ultimately changed the fate of the entire world. Mikasa delivered the finishing blow to Reiner in Shiganshina. During the Warhammer Titan battle, she simultaneously attacked at elite speed while helping Eren find the weak point. But her greatest feat has nothing to do with combat. She killed Eren, the man she loved, the most powerful being on the planet, when no one else could bring themselves to do it. That combination of ability, precision, and sheer will is what puts her at 6. Levi is widely considered the strongest human character in the entire series. His unmatched combat speed and agility allow him to dominate even the most dangerous Titan threats on the battlefield. No Titan powers. No royal blood. An Ackerman bloodline that unlocks physical capabilities far beyond any normal human. And decades of combat refined into something almost supernatural. He sliced through the Beast Titan's nape faster than anyone thought possible. He survived Thunder Spear explosions that should have killed him instantly. Humanity's strongest soldier is not a title given lightly in this world. The Beast Titan wiped out an entire fleet of warships in a single throw, and finished off most of the Scout Regiment in only a few throws. His royal blood gave him something no other Beast Titan user possessed. a screaming ability that transformed every Eldian who drank his spinal fluid into a Titan instantly. He could control Titans with his voice alone. His plan, the euthanization plan to end the Eldian bloodline forever, was the most ambitious scheme in the series, and his access to the Paths dimension as royalty made him the key that unlocked the founding Titan's true power. Without Zeke, the rumbling never happens. Armin's power isn't physical, it's strategic. But the Colossal Titan changes everything. His Colossal Titan releases a nuclear-level steam explosion and body heat that melts everything in its radius. He destroyed an entire Marleyan naval fleet in a single transformation. His mind won battles that brute strength alone could never touch. And in the final confrontation against Eren's founding Titan, it was Armin's transformation, his willingness to sacrifice himself, that created the opening needed to end the rumbling. The most dangerous strategist in the series, carrying the most destructive single weapon in it. After gaining access to the founding Titan and merging with Ymir Fritz's will, Eren commanded the full might of the Titan race. His transformation into the colossal founding Titan unleashed an apocalyptic force capable of flattening entire nations. Eren unhardened all the walls on Paradise Island simultaneously, unleashing millions of colossal Titans marching across the earth, destroying all life in their path. He could alter the memories of every Eldian alive. He could create and control Titans at will. He saw the future. He chose this path knowing exactly how it ended, including his own death. Eren won Ymir's cooperation not by commanding her like royalty did for 2,000 years, but by connecting with her, understanding her pain, and convincing her to act of her own free will for the first time. The most powerful active fighter in the series. Number 2, only because of what created him. Ymir was the first to ever possess Titan powers. She is the series' strongest character. She represented the beginning of the powerful phenomenon of Titans, and made the founding Titan the weapon it became. All of her successors merely possess a fraction of her power. All of the founding Titans' feats, controlling Titans, creating wall Titans, altering the bodies of the subjects of Ymir, were done by Ymir herself after being given the order. She spent 2,000 years in the Paths dimension, serving the royal family. Not because she lacked power, but because she chose to, out of a bond she couldn't break. Eren asked Ymir if she had been waiting 2,000 years for him to arrive. Ymir began crying when she finally chose to act for herself. Giving Eren the founding Titan's power freely, she ended an era that had lasted 2 millennia. Every Titan that ever existed, every power ever wielded, every wall ever built, it all came from one girl who fell into a cave and bonded with something ancient. Ymir Fritz isn't the strongest character in Attack on Titan because she fought the hardest. She's number 1 because without her, none of this exists. 10 characters, one of the most emotionally devastating power hierarchies in all of anime. Is Levi criminally underrated at 5? Could anyone have actually stopped Eren if Ymir hadn't chosen Mikasa? And the real question, was Eren right? Drop your answer in the comments. Subscribe. Next video. Every Titan power ranked from weakest to strongest.